What's up, everyone? I'm camping alone in the Adirondack Mountains, cooking tikka masala on the campfire, hiking through fall foliage, and dealing with surprises, good and bad, along the way. Let's get into it. Not only are the Adirondacks my favorite woods I've ever been to, but they're also the largest protected area in the lower 48 states of the US. Most of the park is actually more of a lake-filled area. I'm excited to explore that over the next few days because I've never really been to this part of the park. And I'm hoping to see some wildlife that are drawn to that more watery ecosystem. But either way, it'll be a blast, and I'm excited to bring you along for the ride. Hello, little fella. Not really little, that is a chunky toad. It's nice that there's not that many people on this trail, but on the flip side, it means I am hitting every single spider web that other people haven't been in here to knock down for me, so yeah, anyways, lots of those. Now I need to find a suitable campsite that is at least 150 feet from the trail and water, which are New York State rules. Well, folks, it ain't pretty, but it's getting dark and I need to find something, so I think this is gonna be my campsite. Because everything else around here is covered in poison ivy. The first thing I'm gonna need to do is set up the tent. I think I'm just gonna do like basically a very small A-frame, kind of down to the ground right here. It ain't much, but it's a better home than nothing. I wouldn't say it's the most spacious place I've ever lived, but it'll do. Part of the reason I want this setup, where it's pretty low down towards the ground over there, is just because if anything comes, I want it to come at my feet first. And I'd rather have a low ceiling than have something crawling around by my head. It's getting dark, so I need to go get stuff for a fire and then start cooking my dinner because I am hungry. The key when you're using one of these little bags is to just pull it through the water so you kind of create a little bit of current and push the water into the bag. This spot will do nicely for a campfire. It's pretty bare. I'll just clear out the debris on the bottom and there's no branches in close proximity, so should be good to go. So rather than have the outer edge only available, you want the dry inner wood exposed to the fire. So a good way to do that is, it's called batoning. Put your knife in the middle of the stick like that, rest on a flat surface, and then hit the edge of the blade down, and that'll split. So now you have this nice inner portion exposed. This is why batoning is so great. I don't think you can really tell on the camera, but basically this is kind of mushy. Like, yeah, you can just see that peeling away. Don't want that. But this, notice how that doesn't give? That's because it's good wood. So this portion, the upper half or so, is basically rotten, but this portion is actually good wood. And by batoning, you can expose the good part. The other trick I know to expose the good core of wood is to saw about halfway through a log. When you get to about here, you want to basically just smack it. And ideally you'll have, so I cut a little bit too far in, but basically you want to get it to about halfway and then split it so this exposed part, it extends longer. Let's try it again. There you go. See, I get a little bit more of the exposed edge. That's what you want. Well, it took a very long time, but the fire is finally going large enough that I think we'll have enough coals to cook the chicken. So for tonight's menu, we have chicken tikka masala that I've prepared or pre-marinated, and then just rice that I'm gonna put it over. So for now, I'm just gonna focus on getting the rice going. That is 1 cup. While the rice is simmering, I have my chicken, my coconut milk, tomato paste, oil just to, try to keep everything from sticking, a little bit of ginger, and then salt and pepper. So you just need to not brown the chicken, but you know, basically cook the outside portions. All right, that is coming along nicely, where we can put in the coconut milk and the tomato paste. Oh man, this is gonna be so much food. Whoopsie daisy. Should I have used a utensil? Yes, I should have. All right, now we just let that cook down. The rice is done, and it came out, don't want to knock it over, came out pretty nicely. So yeah, this is enough food to feed like 8 people. Definitely messed up my proportions, but turned out pretty nicely so far. Good news, this is cooking actually pretty well. Bad news, it's supposed to be way reduced by now. This is basically a chicken soup, and it's supposed to be more of a curry. Well, it's finally fall. You can see my breath. Time to put on a fleece. Well, friends, I have been very patient, but it's still pretty saucy. And the coals are starting to die, so I don't know if I'll be able to get it to reduce much. So I'm just gonna put the rice in and make it a little soupy. It's okay. Again, the one downside is I should have done like half of what I've made. Well, yeah, I mean, the rice definitely soaks up a lot of the liquid, but yeah, definitely a little soupy. Oh, it is nice to have some warm coals to sit by. I got grapes. I'm gonna enjoy those as a snack, but obviously the star of the show is the curry slash soup. Let's see how this tastes. It smells really good. Ooh, that's hot. Haha. Oh man. That took a really long time to cook, but it tastes delicious. If it had taken that long and tasted terrible, that would have been real tough. I think this would taste good even if I wasn't in the woods, because everything tastes better in the woods, but I think this genuinely tastes good. And that's about what it's supposed to look like. I was hungrier than I thought because I ate everything, which is good because that makes cleanup easier, but it is late and I am so ready for bed, so I'm just gonna clean up the dishes and go to sleep. So I'm gonna kill 2 birds with 1 stone because I have to clean the dishes and put out the fire. So I'm just gonna soap everything up and then pour the dirty water out on the fire spit. So yeah, just gonna kick back, read for a little bit, and then go to sleep. Okay, I am finally in my pajamas. I am so ready for bed. I will talk to y'all in the morning. Good morning. It is a little chilly out, but not too bad. I heard something big at about 2:30 a.m. At least it was big, judging by the branches breaking under it, but I don't know what it was. Didn't come too close, so I was able to go back to sleep after that. And yeah, time to get up and start my day. Always check your shoes before you get up in the backcountry. You just don't know what spiders or little critters have crawled in there. I am very excited that it's cool enough now in the mornings to wear a fleece. It's my favorite time of the year. Look at how beautiful the campsite is. For breakfast today, I'm just gonna have some quick eggs and coffee. One thing I never appreciated watching outdoor creators before is just how much it takes to get fires going consistently. And you know, this is just, it's not even raining or anything. It's just rained a few days ago. But it does make things more challenging. I've been picking dead branches off of the pine trees, in part because it's a lighter wood. It burns more readily than oak or a hickory wood, but the oak or hickory are denser and they're going to burn for longer. So this is more of a log cabin style where basically you just lay the pieces across each other in grids. So you go lengthwise first and then horizontal. As always, the goal is simply to ensure there's enough oxygen flow around the wood so it can get the fuel it needs to burn. And you want to maintain a center of mass that's going to heat up over time so the fire can get hotter and bigger. Now let's cook these eggs. This ain't the way Mama would recommend, but it'll get the job done. If by the job we mean cooking a mess of eggs. Oh no! One thing I do not have is a spatula, which I'm beginning to see the error of my ways in that regard. Should taste fine, although I forgot to put on the salt and pepper that I brought, so that is a huge bummer. Well, I don't want to eat that. Granted, it took a little while because I had to get the fire going, but I think it'll be pretty tasty. It ain't much, but it'll do, and I'm sure it's going to taste great because I am hungry. All right, let's see. It's definitely cold tortilla and plain egg, but tastes pretty good, all things considered. And, of course, coffee. Oh, man. God bless whoever discovered this bean and spent thousands of years cultivating it so I can drink it in the middle of the Adirondacks. It is pretty crazy to think just how much work has gone into the little things that we take for granted today. Well, I take for granted at least. I'm actually about to start my hike. It is by far the latest I've ever started. It's 11 a.m. But I don't have far to go, so I think it'll be fine. Pardon me, squirrel, I'm filming here. I love this place so much. I know there are probably better woods in the world. You know, Alaska exists and other places like that, but it's special here and I love it. Just the smell alone, pine and birch and pine needles and leaves on the ground. It's just magical. My love of foliage is unsurpassed among the people that I know at least. And my absolute favorite are these red leaves. Oh my gosh, my dream is to just walk into a copse of maple trees and read and drink some coffee just covered by a canopy of red. I hope y'all can see how happy I am. Like, it is just a perfect day for a walk in the woods. My only regret is I can't come up next weekend when it's going to be even more peak foliage, because that'll be just unbelievable, but I'm glad I get to be here for today at least. When you gotta go, you gotta go. That rock looks like it's kind of grinning at us. It has the Gen Z curly haircut. It was nice before, but now that the sun's out, it is glorious. There are roughly 3 trillion spiders on this trail, and I have walked through all of their webs. Oh, sheesh. Look at that. What a great spot. Wow. I definitely was not planning to do this because I don't even have a towel or anything, but it looks so nice. I think I'm just gonna try it going for a swim. See what happens. Ooh, that's cool. Ooh. Oh, that is chilly, but it feels amazing. Woo. Oh, yeah. Oh. It's, the bottom is so nasty. Oh. Holy crap. I am so glad I did that. I'm not putting my clothes back on until I dry a little bit. So for now, I'm just gonna eat my lunch, which is hummus and feta and sriracha and a little wrap and an apple. And enjoy this view, because holy cow, it is beautiful. I don't think I've ever seen a worm or whatever that is like that. That is disgusting. Is that a leech? Or maybe a slug of some sort? The sun has come out and it is unbelievably nice out right now. Like, this feels like perfect summer day. So I am bummed to leave because I just want to lie around and bask in the sun, but I need to get back. So goodbye, you beautiful place. Oh, I'm so glad I got to see this, and I'm glad I got to share it with y'all too. The Adirondacks were already my favorite place on earth, and I've never swam in a pond here before. That was unexpected, but glad it worked out because the water actually wasn't that cold. I guess it still retained a lot of the heat it gained over summer. But yeah, holy cow, what a place. That was special. And that's just like one of many, many, many bodies of water in the Adirondacks. Truly amazing place. It does not get better for a day to walk in the woods. Well, that was embarrassing. I let out an extremely loud belch. Milliseconds later, I see another hiker coming up the trail. Haven't seen anyone else all day. Oh man. Right after I passed that lone hiker that I burped in front of, about 2-3 minutes later, a group of like 11 people walked up, blaring music, and like, don't be that person. People hike for hours to get out to wherever and enjoy nature, and they didn't come along for your soundtrack. It's fine if you're the only person there, like, I guess go for it, but if other people are around you, be respectful, keep it quiet. Splish, splash! I wish y'all could smell the air. It's that sweet scent of pine. Oh, absolutely glorious. Oh man, what a long day. Not even really long, it just, I'm just out of shape. But back in my tent, I'm ready to just chill for a little bit, and then I'll start making some dinner. Slight change of plans. I was initially planning to stay for a second night, eat some delicious pesto and rice, and then tomorrow have cereal for breakfast. Woo! But instead, I'm just gonna pack up and go home early, just because my wife just needs me at home, and so I need to just get back for that. So a little bit different than what I expected, but it's a great time in the outdoors. We had a blast. It's a good time to go home. And we are off. Great campsite. Really enjoyed being here. I'll definitely come back to this trail again. Oh man, I forgot how much downhill there was on the way in, and now it is uphill. Barf. I'm almost at the trailhead, so thanks for joining along. That was a great time. The pond was unbelievable. I'm so glad I got to see that, and going to get to swim was unexpected, but really nice too. Yeah, food was good, campfire worked out, and campsite worked out, so nothing but good time in the outdoors. Thanks for following along, and I'll catch you next time.